for the Vayne. They didn't really know what to do with them. And if you're in a Kazante, you're going to be fine. Your Senna and Tam Kent, you're going to be fine to start doing what they want as well, even unlocking Gumayushi early to start playing around the map. So this may not be...
Oh, no. The corpse of the cannon flew up into the air.
You know as soon as...
Oh, Faker going to get pulled back! And that is first blood going to Knight, and it's a soul!
Knight gets the auto off and gets the kill there. That is insane advantage.
Well, BLG now pushing forward here towards the bottom side. Guma does slink down into the mist, but Shun's making his way in. Arctic Assault is going to find the Senna, and there's the Weaver's Wall as well. They take down Gumayushi, and there's the flick on the carrier as well, but Owner is there with the stab. Finally, they take down the Tom.
He put it back to life.
Yeah, in the meantime, that is going to be the handshake on top of the rocks. There is the seismic shove, and Faker is just going to try and deal with the wave. For scaling, but they do have a lot of it in this particular game. So if you are a T1 fan, maybe not completely over yet, especially if Zeus is going to have a good time here towards the top side, going all out. Does get condemned into the alcove. So Bin should be able to create enough distance to avoid getting solo killed.
You can see that Bin wanted to go back for the cannon, but going to have to give that one up. Instead, going to join for the Void Grubs to get that, as T1 will trade for the Dragon on the bottom side.
And Faker continuously scaling on Corki.
But he might be dead yet again. There's the flash handshake to come out from On as Guma. He's trying to get out of there, but I don't know whether it's going to work out as Elk is just dashing behind him, finds the pierce, and he just explodes. Carrier.
Classic Baron rush.
Faker.
Yeah, well, Faker's just going to face check, put in prison here, and the wall is set up behind him. There's the flash Valkyrie, using him in the right order this time around, but he's still dead. The rocks are thrown at him.
Championship for themselves, then moves over to JDG, manages to flip the script and get another one, but now in boss.
In goes Carrier, looks for an opportunity here on to Elk. The bailout should be there, but the Devour is as well. Elk, he is going to get taken down, not going to be able to trade back. Carrier doesn't even need to eat the gray health, and T1 are on the board in the bottom lane.
Okay, they got the resources down bottom to bail them out, but top side.
Bit of a trade here is now the all-out just going to pull in the special delivery Piggy, and Zeus.
So he goes down through the lane to bottom side, and Carria's able to help him, get the play there with the lane gank. That was so necessary for T1, because BLG...
With the Kraken Slayer completed for Owner, he's in a great spot, and if he can start to play around bot side once more here, maybe they can go again.
Well, it's going to Knight and Elk with the most gold in the game, as we saw just there, is now Faker with the package at the ready, avoids everything, or everything misses. Package going to get delivered, as the Drake now being considered by T1. Snare connects onto Shun, but he is still in this fight, at least for the moment. Faker getting a lot of damages. There is a huge burrow right on top of BLG and T1. I think we may have started counting him out too early, as Owner hopping.
Dragon afterwards. And they have recovered.
Brilliant read from T1 as well. On it already.
Really doing a lot of work for this team.
This might be a bridge too far here for Zeus, who is going to have to try and get something done to get out of here. Has ghosted, has made it underneath the turret, but there's the flash forward. He is going to get stunned to the wall with the condemn, and there's the kill going over to On. 4 members going to be enough to deal with the Kazante here, and they should also be able to grab a second turret for themselves.
Just a question of how far do they want to keep going. Bin going to reset to try and move on. It's just a kill. But still, BLG stepping up on this top side. They have the Rift Herald in tow, but I think they want to try and keep that for mid and a potential Dragon in 3 minutes time.
And Owner's the only one here picking up these.
Oh dear, there's a Glacial Prison. And yep, he's normally a pretty slippery champion, but it's not going to work out there.
The charge is now gone, but Terror may just fall regardless.
Yeah, it's just gone anyway. Might get another charge. Just trying to get as much money as possible, and I think T1 are probably pretty happy that they managed to get the first 2 Drakes this game, because this is a Corki composition. One, getting the first Drake, generally hard. You don't have the package available for that one. The second one, far more possible, something that they were able to do by winning a team fight. And this one, don't necessarily need to get it. They're happy for the game without any control of this Baron area. Some wards that have been turned off, and now, speaking of getting turned off, Owner is out of there. Baron, the Weaver's Wall comes through as Zeus. He wants to try and get over that. Now Faker off to the side on a bit of a flank angle. Decent amount of damage can be done here, and that is going to be the Baron secured by BLG. All of their inner turrets here. This one is going to go down. BLG with good pressure in multiple lanes. Now Bin not going to push any further forward. This is a little bit of a dangerous spot as he does get interrupted. Zeus getting that wraparound. Final hour does come on through. As now just looking to turn it onto Faker. Is this going to be the 1v2 as the all-out does come through? There's the pullback, and now Bin is so fast. He just kills Faker. Can he get out is the question. The answer is, does he even want to? Gumayusi coming around, and I think he will be shut down, but a 1-for-1, you take those.
Everyone at T1 was needed to take down Bin, and he still gets a kill. This guy is a monster. The shadow boxing into hitting hard for the BLG top laner.
And now this inhibitor should follow as well as Carrier. So many sticks in him as Ona trying to get himself out of there. Thankfully, Carrier is pretty tanky with the fact that he's the one that's been farming, but this inhibitor not long for the world. And BLG, they grab themselves their
BLG, they return. Knight cuts them off with a bit of a wall.
Well, Carrier actually going aggressive there. Not sure about that one as now hostile takeover comes on in. Both tanks just doing battle, and Bin puts Carrier in the ground. Zeus not looking as tanky as he has in some of the other games here at MSI. The inner turret is going to be taken down. BLG, just a couple of turrets standing beside the Nexus for them to get rid of. They're going to start with this top lane inhibitor turret as Ona on that flank angle teleport to come in as well. Shun down to 50% as now Zeus thinks he may have found an angle here. The flash forward from Gumayusi doesn't manage to find the snare, and neither does Zeus. The all-out comes on through. Faker delivers a package to the backline and gets rid of Knight. Could this be the team fight they're looking for? Faker, he goes down, but I think they're just too big, and Elk is ripping them apart, rendered down. And I think that's the last gasp for T1 in game one.
The speed up would not be enough for Elk to get the quadra kill, but the BLG bot lane has come alive finally in this game. T1 thought they could fight the 4 versus 5, but they were sadly mistaken.
It's closing in around T1. That is 2 inhibitors down. On gets slowed, but Bin has arrived to the party as well. He's got a bottom minion wave to work with, and that tower doesn't stand a chance.
Yep, looks like we're going full tutorial here, gentlemen, taking down all of these inhibitors before we get to work on the Nexus. T1, I don't think they're going to be able to stop this.
Mid lane difference that we saw, Knight over Faker, obviously a huge factor as Sun's having a little fun in the jungle.
Yep, not really taking too much damage here, but is going to be able to interrupt Zeus on his attempted way out. And now 1 versus 5. I don't think that one's going to be winnable there, Zeus. As BLG, they're teleporting. They're trying to finish this one off right now. Knight heads towards that bottom lane carrier there to try and meet the wave. Knight is so incredibly frightening. 4 versus 5 here. Only 2 turrets remain here for T1 as they're looking to desperately hold on. It feels so hopeless as the hostile takeover is gigantic. There's another handshake from On. He is just so good at this champion. Gumayusi is going to get flattened, and T1 going to get pulled out of their fountain. Carrier, not enough gray health to go through here as he will be rendered where he stands. And there goes the Nexus on game 1. BLG up 1-0.